Hey everybody, welcome to Never Lose Your Nerd. I'm Brandon.
I'm Ishmael.
Today we're going to do our Mandalorian season review. We just got finished watching it earlier, making our video now.
Yes.
It's later in the night. But yeah, it was pretty awesome, especially that finale.
Yes, it was amazing.
Yeah, a lot to go over.
Yes.
I think we'll go over the finale real quick and then we'll go over stuff we liked through the whole season. I know we made a video on the very first episode, but it was kind of hard to keep up with the show. Full-time job schedule and everything going on, so we really couldn't do like we wanted to, but we're definitely wanted to do a whole season review.
Yes.
So, starting off with the final episode, what'd you think?
I think it was great. I think there was so much information to pick up as wise because we learned.
Well, hold on. I'm sorry. Before we start, of course, if you didn't know,
spoilers.
Yes, spoilers. I always forget to do that sometimes. Spoiler alert. We're going to get into the whole show. So, all right. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. So, there was so much information to go through. We even learned Mando's real name.
Mm-hmm.
We learned that Moff Gideon was a bad guy. And he had a dark saber.
I think we knew that. He was going to be a bad guy. Pretty much. Yeah.
But he has a dark saber because at the end he lived from a TIE fighter crash.
TIE fighter crash.
Yes. And the cool thing about him is that he has the dark saber.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. I mean, I'm pretty sure that is what it is because I've seen especially in Clone Wars and I think it was Rebels where they had the dark saber, and I think the Mandalorians actually had the dark saber at one point in time.
They did?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think it's based on books and stuff, but I think it's definitely in the animated series. But yeah, that's pretty cool. He has a dark saber. It'd be cool to get in the next season and how he got that and how we came across all that and what he wants Baby Yoda for.
And it turns out that they went back to, what's it called? The Mandalorian. It turns out the Mandalorian is a creed. It was a race of people back then, but then it turned into a creed because they were all dying off slowly.
Yeah, it started off as a planet, actually. The planet was called Mandalore, and there's a whole history and stuff we can get into sometime in another video, because I don't know the full story. When they first talked about this series, I honestly didn't think I'd be interested. I was like, Mandalorians, all I really know about is Boba Fett and Jango Fett, and Boba Fett was never really that interesting to me, so... But then when they showed the trailer, I thought it was pretty cool looking. I was like, well, I'll give it a chance. And other YouTubers I watched were really into this. So I was like, well, we'll watch it and give it a chance. And wow, it's ended up being a great show.
It was amazing. And then they went back to the Mandalorian outpost, I guess, their...
What did they call it?
Let's just call it their laboratory.
Yeah, it was their home base at that planet.
Yes, and it turns out that so they had to go through the tunnels of the Mandalorian tunnels. Yeah,
that's kind of where they were hiding.
Yes, and so they turned out that all the Mandalorians, because in what episode was it that they all came out?
3.
Episode 3 when everybody came out because the Mandalorian he took Baby Yoda again. Because they robbed Baby Yoda. Because he took back Baby Yoda to go get armor. Yeah, well, what it was is,
he was already conflicted, and then whenever he took the baby back, he was what set him off was looking at the little ball thing that he was always playing with. Because he got the Beskar and then got his armor fixed, and then dropped off the baby, and then, he went back to get him because he's like, man, I can't leave my little guy like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and... Forgot, we have these shirts that we actually got at GameStop. It's a plug for GameStop right there, but these shirts are cool.
Yeah. We're not sponsored.
Yeah. Wouldn't mind.
Yeah. Sponsor us, GameStop.
But yeah, this episode was definitely a lot in it. Got to see his face.
Yes.
Took his helmet off. That was pretty cool.
And we learned about the Jedis. They started talking about the Jedis.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll go one at a time. It was pretty cool to see. I've heard a lot of debate. People asking, is he going to take his helmet off? Is he going to show his face? But yeah, he did. Pedro Pascal is under there. We've known that the whole time, but got to see his face when IG-11 fixed him. He's like, no living thing can see me. He's like, well, I'm not a living thing. He's like, oh, okay,
I mean,
that solves that
that
problem.
is kind of true. He's not a living thing.
Yeah, that solves that problem. And I said it was kind of ironic how the droids he hates, he's got a thing with, he doesn't like droids, which is understandable. And then the droid ended up saving him. And he was like, at the end, didn't want IG-11 to kill himself, but he sacrificed himself to save them. So that's kind of, you know, a good irony, a good callback and everything.
So basically, that happened. But before that, they figured out the Mandalorian, the Creed, the Mandalore, right? The Creed.
What do you mean?
Like everybody that wore the Mandalorian suit, that was part of the Creed. That is going
Yeah, they went after they got through, got out of their situation. They went down there and found that all the Mandalorians, I think they pretty much had been killed, and
or some of them ran away.
I don't think they would do that. I think they got killed, and then the people who killed them left their armor like that as a sign of like disrespect.
Well, she says some of them ran out too. That they left because...
Yeah, they probably did leave, but I don't think they just left their armor. I think they probably just ran off to survive, maybe?
They said to the outer worlds.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch again. I don't remember all of that. But
I pay attention to weird things.
yeah. Yeah, we got introduced to Moff Gideon. Well, the last episode we got introduced to him.
But this time we learned more about him.
Yeah, a little bit more. We learned that I guess he was the one that sent the attack on Mando. Well, we found out his name. His name was Din Djarin.
Din Djarin.
Yeah, so Moff Gideon was the one that I guess set the attack on his home world when he was a kid, and that's how he said he knew his name, and he knew all their names. He called them out by name when they were at the stormtroopers, and they were setting up the big weapon to kill them and all that.
I'm still sad because the guy that died in the 7th episode.
Yeah, Quill.
Yeah, Quill.
Yeah, that's pretty sad.
That poor guy.
He got shot down like that.
And it was poor baby Yoda. He was getting punched in the beginning of the...
Oh my gosh, I was about to cry. I was like, my baby, why are you hitting him? One guy hammer fisted him like twice, and the other guy was like petting him, and he bit him, and he punched him in the face. I was like, oh, baby Yoda's gonna take care of y'all.
But then IG-11 came and broke the guy's wrist and killed him.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And it was kind of funny because he was like smashing him against the speeder.
Yeah, I was wondering, where was IG-11 whenever Quill got shot? I would have thought, that's what I thought was going to happen, is IG-11 was going to come out and save him whenever he was, almost to the ship. But I guess the way they did it was cool, but, Quill dying was sad. But I guess...
He has spoken.
Yeah, he had spoken for the last time. But I guess you can't always have everybody live. That's not really realistic. Like in Star Wars, Rise of the Jedi, or Rise of Skywalker, none of the good guys died, if you notice that. Only Kylo Ren, Ben Solo died, but none of the good people died. So there was no consequences as far as the big bad Emperor coming back and all that, but yeah.
Well, there was a consequence. Leia died, and she's a good guy.
Yeah, well, I mean, she was older, and we knew she was going to have to go because, fortunately, Carrie Fisher passed before the ending of that movie. But we're getting a little sidetracked, but, well, what else did you really like about this episode?
I honestly enjoyed every episode because Baby Yoda was in it.
Yeah, like I said, we did do a video on the very first episode.
I think this is one of my favorite parts about Baby Yoda. When he force choked Cara
Dune?
Yeah, Cara Dune. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
He was like,
whenever they're arm wrestling and he was like, you ain't gonna beat my daddy. But
oh yeah, that's something that we didn't do. That we didn't talk about yet. Was that Mando, what's his name again?
Din Djarin?
Yeah, Din Djarin.
Let's just call him Mando, it's easier.
Mando. He got promoted.
Yeah, he finally got his signet. He got the Mudhorn, which I honestly thought the lady was talking. I thought she was going to make a little Baby Yoda signet. Yeah. I thought that would have been so cute with the big freaking ears.
Yeah, but turns out it was a Mudhorn.
Yeah.
And he got a jetpack for the first time.
Yeah, jetpack. That's cool. He's officially a true Mandalorian now. Got the jetpack, got the final piece of it.
What was he back then?
No, I'm just saying because all the really cool ones have jetpacks. So.
Yeah, but they're dead now.
Well, she mentioned you now have two clans, right? He has a signet, and then he has their Mandalorian clan. So I think they all earn a signet. Yeah. Just kind of like now you have two voices, or you have two identities, or something like that.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
And she told him that he's a dad now.
Yeah, pretty much you're his dad. Yeah, and it was pretty cool how she mentioned the Jedis. She mentioned them as they were like evil wizards, though, because originally I think some of the Jedis had attacked the Mandalorians back when they were bad. Like I said, started off as a planet Mandalorian.
They were bad.
Yeah, there's a big backstory in the beginning of it. They started off as like conquerors and people taking over worlds and stuff like that. Like I said, a lot has changed since however many hundreds of thousands of years that was.
But he's actually not a Mandalorian. That's what we figured out.
I mean, yeah, he wasn't born a Mandalorian in that world, but I guess since their numbers have been so small, they've now just
turned into a creed.
No, they now started recruiting people. Like if they found somebody like a kid or something that didn't have a family, they would recruit him to be a Mandalorian.
But how come they didn't want him to train Yoda?
What do you mean?
Baby Yoda.
Well, she said he's too young. The training would kill him. Because she was looking at him and be like, he looks helpless, which he's not. We also saw Baby Yoda stop fire.
Yes.
In this, that was so cool.
Yes, it was amazing.
Yeah, we've seen Baby Yoda do so many things, and
it's so funny because when he's done, he just falls and sleeps.
And I do my little Baby Yoda hands like that. And yeah, he passes out. You know, I think I mentioned it in the Rise of Skywalker when I think they intentionally did the last episode before Rise of Skywalker to introduce Force healing.
Yes.
Because we'd never seen Force healing, then we see Baby Yoda do it.
And then we saw.
And then we literally saw it 4 or 5 times in the movie. So I think that was strategic. Well, good on y'all if that was strategic, because that's pretty awesome.
Yes, it was cool. And got anything else?
But yeah, like I was saying, it's cool that she was talking about the Jedis, because now I think season 2 he's gonna go try to find the Jedi so they can. She also mentioned he needs to be with his own race, and she was like, "Well, what is that?" She was like, "Nobody knows. Like you need to go find that out because I don't think Yoda's species has never been mentioned by name, so nobody really knows what his species is called." But yeah, it's gonna be cool to see season 2 him trying to find the Jedi's, which leads to so many possibilities. Like what Jedi's he's gonna find.
I know. Like what Jedi's are alive during that time?
I mean, this is 5. Was it?
Yoda's still alive, isn't he?
Wait, no. This is 5 years after Return of the Jedi. So Yoda's not alive.
Mace Windu's not.
Well, Luke is alive. This is before Luke goes into hiding. So Mace Windu's dead. So. No, he died in the prequels. Obi-Wan's alive, but he's on Tatooine with Luke, which that's another thing. We did see Tatooine in this, which that was when
they were fighting.
No, I'm sorry, I'm getting this confused with the prequels. No, Obi-Wan's dead. Obi-Wan died in A New Hope, so no, it's probably a Jedi we haven't seen. We'll probably just be introduced to some new Jedis, something like that. But if we ran into Luke, how kind of cool would that be?
That'd be amazing.
Or Leia.
You know what'd be funny? Luke goes back. Oh, but you said Yoda was dead, right?
Yeah, Yoda died.
I was about to say, it'd be funny. He'll be like, "Hey, I saw your child."
Yeah, it's still a mystery about this, but like I said, looking forward to season 2.
Why don't they do a DNA test?
I don't know if they can do that. I wonder if they could do midichlorian tests like they did. We started our rewatch of all the movies and we watched
Anakin.
Phantom Menace, which that was when they first introduced midichlorians was a big thing. What if they could do a midichlorian test on him? See how many midichlorians he has. But yeah, I guess kind of going back through the season, like I said, Quill was cool. We saw him a few times. It was cool to see whenever Mando went back to the planet and recruited him to be like the babysitter.
Yes.
That was kind of funny.
Yeah, it was.
And then he went back and got Cara Dune, of course. Said a lot of episodes we missed didn't do videos on. It was cool whenever he went to that one planet and first recruited her. And then we saw the ATST, I believe. It came up with the red eyes, looked really creepy.
Oh, yeah.
That was a really cool episode.
It was cool. It was like so much action there.
Yeah, a lot of people complained that a lot of these episodes were like just individual stories in themselves. They weren't like pushing the story of the narrative. A lot of people wanted to know more about Yoda, more about Mando's backstory, but I really enjoyed the show. The show is what it is.
But remember that lady from that episode where there was the big ATST?
Yeah.
The one that was so good about shooting?
Yeah.
Who do you think that is?
I don't know. They never...
Do you think she was part of the Empire? Was it cool?
No, I don't think so.
Jedi?
Huh. Don't know. Maybe Mando could go back to her. What if like at the end of the season, the end of the show, he goes back and then he retires there, takes off his helmet and settles down with her.
But he can't do that anymore.
Once he retires, I don't know if they retire or they just keep going until they die. I don't know.
Well, that's what he said. He said that was the way when he was dying.
Yeah.
He said that's how you're supposed to die.
I mean, I'm just throwing it out there as a possibility.
It seems like Cara Dune likes him too.
Yeah, I don't think their relationship is like that. I think it's more just friends, acquaintances. We're just going to kick people's butts, and that's about it. But who knows? See, Moff Gideon, we saw him survive, so he's definitely going to be a threat going on in the future. Like I said,
I want to see his black lightsaber.
Yeah, the Darksaber. I want to learn more about the Darksaber. IG-11, RIP, Quill, RIP. See Cara Dune, she'll definitely be here in the future. I think she stayed. She stayed with
What's his name?
Grief Kargas.
Grief Kargas, yeah.
And then Grief was like, whenever you're ready to come back, we're here with open arms and you can have a pick of all the bounties you want.
He's still a bounty hunter though, after all of that?
Yeah, that's what Mandalorians are when it comes down to it. They're basically bounty hunters, hired guns. They're neutral. They're not good. They're not bad. They're basically just...
They can be bad when they want to, and they can be good when they want to.
Exactly. And I want to see where the other men, if there's surviving Mandalorians, I'm sure we'll get stories on where the other Mandalorians went, and then the lady, the blacksmith lady. I'm sure I'm sure the blacksmith lady is still alive, and hopefully we'll see her in future.
It was actually so cool when she was beating everybody up.
Oh yeah, she kicked the crap out of the stormtrooper.
It was so cool because she had a hammer, right? And then there was the stormtrooper, and the helmet shattered when she hit him with the hammer.
And then she threw the one guy into the fire. That was pretty awesome.
Well, she's a fighter.
Yeah, like I said, we're just going over episode 8. It's more fresh in our minds. Just want to mainly go over that and then stuff we were trying to think about and then characters that we were introduced to. But, I mean...
Another Yoda scene, which when the robot was about to kill Yoda, and then Yoda went like this, but then he shot him, and Yoda was like...
Yeah, that was funny. That was in that episode, Prisoner?
6.
Yeah, whenever... Was that 6?
Yeah, 6.
Okay, yeah, it was 6 whenever they went to rescue that one guy. Yeah, that was funny when Yoda was like this, and then the droid Zero, I think, was going to shoot him. And then he was like, choo! And he was like, wait, what? Did I do that?
And then the other one was when he didn't listen and he kept clicking the button.
God, there's just so many cute Yoda things that have baby Yoda things that happen. Hopefully we'll get a name. Maybe Mando will name him. Maybe, like I said, he doesn't have a name, I don't think.
What if he names him Yoda?
No, I don't think so. But I said maybe Mando, he needs to name him. He just can't. He doesn't even call him anything. Just come here, you little thing.
He just says, "What is this?"
Yeah, I mean, he needs to give him a name.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get a name in the next season.
When is the next season coming out?
I don't know, not soon enough. I think we got the Obi-Wan series coming up this next year, so we'll see when that comes out.
When is?
Should be pretty cool.
This is off topic, but when is the Marvel seasons coming out?
I don't know. I saw something about Hawkeye movie coming out, so.
And Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna watch that.
Well, anything else you want to add right now that you can think about for the season?
No.
Yes, after this video, I'm sure we'll think of things that we should have covered in the video, but we'll make some separate videos on things that, theories or things we want to see happen, or maybe we'll find some more stuff about the Darksaber. We'll do some research and we'll do a video on that. But
They should have the Darksaber in Jedi Fallen mode.
yeah, I haven't played that yet. Bought it for him for Christmas. He's going through it right now. I'm gonna get playing it too.
It's fun.
All right, well, huh?
It's hard.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. It's a really hard game.
I keep dying. I get mad.
But yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and end the video there. If you would like, subscribe.
Hit the bell for notification.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up there, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.